Boom.
Booyah! Yes, what's good, everybody? You know what time it is. Late on the vid, but we're doing it anyway. Be uploaded in an hour, looking at 8 o'clock, which will be then now in your eyes, seeing it as it is. Clout Chasers here. They thought it were done. Get that badger in and on and over here. It's quick shit vid time. Jesse Marsch, the stink that will not go away. There's a little bit of an update on him. He's had his mouth wide open again, but I just want to quickly say, follow me on Twitter, JackCity Music. And I want to say, my man Facky is bang up for it on Friday, so it's looking mint. Byram and Bamford are still out. Anthony's been back in training. He said that he's trying to calm the troops a little bit, just sort of saying that, you know, it's important not to be over the top and too enthusiastic where it affects the game. Badgers on the move, getting overly giddy about Friday's game. But he also said that's the reason why we started to play football, and, you know, that's what it's all about. 1 versus 2. Let's have it on the title charge, big time. Struick's moving forward with injury trouble. Still got a good month off, though, because he's about 2 weeks away from even maybe getting back into proper training. He's had another scan. So he reckons after international break, which I can't be asked for international break, but it's nature of the beast. He got asked if we're the best team in the league, and I thought he'd crack a little smile, which he did a little bit later on, but he didn't. The man's unbreakable. He just said that whoever wins the league is the best in the league, which clearly is true, isn't it? So, and he keeps saying he's not worried about like the points tally that Leicester are on, and he's purely worried about the points that we're on. He suggests a lot that he doesn't look at the league table, but then he does know that he's first versus second. So you're looking at that league table. I sort of get what it means a little bit. 'Cause it's just focused on, you can still have a little glance at the table, can't you, without getting too concerned about what's going on within the table. But you do need to know where you're sitting, ultimately, or, you know, you don't really know how to set up for games. Gladbach, which is now how I asked my mate whether he wants to eat. What you're doing for Gladbach? And he doesn't know who they are, and that's why I do it. But I didn't know who they were until I saw them at Champions League, and my brother thought that they were a decent side. Apparently they want to sign Wober, and I can honestly say that I don't want him back. I don't want any of them back that went out on loan. I went for a bit of a patch of having Harrison back, but I wouldn't even have Harrison back now. I've moved on well and truly. I sometimes forget that most of the time I forget they played for us. Like, I see like Koch and Wober, and I literally can't even remember they were ever with us. I actually thought he was one of the better performers when he came in as well. He was good for a few games, like put a few these strong tackles in, everybody got sort of up for it a bit. And then I think he fell like all the rest of them, to be fair. Fell into some frail moments. Southampton lost yesterday, beesh, which puts us firmly in the second place on his own. No games in hand anymore, boys. So Twitter's in meltdown again. Them Southampton fans are in meltdown again. Ipswich nearly lost, but regardless, we've got far better goal difference than them, and we do not concede. Can't wait for Friday. I'm so bang up for it. It's mint, in it. Mint game. So Jesse Marsch. I read this initially and I thought I need to go hunt it down and find this interview. So I found it, but I read it and thought, it might not be as bad as it seems. And it turns out it's worse than it seems. I honestly think he kills himself off. So he's been asked by this American gadger on, I don't know, some shit channel over there in America. And the guy goes, this is why I thought maybe it's like a bit of a leading question or whatever you call it. But he sort of says, is there any players that stink in training? So he just goes, yeah, loads. So, but he doesn't explain that. So the guy goes, oh, we want names, Jesse. So he names 3 players. I just think it's wildly unwise. 3 players from 3 different clubs that he's been at. All bear in mind where he's been shit there as well, like either got him relegated or got sacked. So, you know, maybe it's you that stinks, Jesse, and people are just totally disenfranchised with it. But he named Summerville as one of the ones that stinks in training. So the joke is as well, I know from somebody within the club who is well within the club. I speak to him on a quite regular basis, and he literally used to say, before Summerville or anything, that apparently he's the absolute man in training. I know people go on about he's potentially got a bit of an attitude problem, but I just think it's unwise for him to be talking like that. Apparently he's just taking people on, he's got the best feet. Well, what we're all seeing now, basically, just like does everything at 100 mile an hour, but he just couldn't transfer it into games at the time, and obviously it is happening for him now. I think the drop down in standards massively helped for him. But I'm all up for managers and players like speaking the mind a little bit, but I don't know what he's doing. The funny thing is as well, he said on Monday Night Football, didn't he, with Carragher, when they were just blowing each other off for best part of an hour, that he likes things to remain in secret when it comes to his business, when he's looking for clubs and his meetings with chairmans and stuff. And he didn't like that it came out about Southampton and Bournemouth or whoever it was that potentially wanted him and find out they didn't want him. Well, it's funny, isn't that, dickhead? Funny, innit, dickhead? Funny that, innit, dickhead? You want it all silent and quiet when you're about, but when you're slagging some players off, it's just like, oh yeah, they're stinking training. It doesn't say, for instance, oh, you know, like they used to go on about Hazard, like he doesn't really do, he's not like 100 mile an hour, and apparently Aguero want the best trainer. Like, there's a few players like that you sort of hear the rustlings of, but it doesn't even then say, but he always did it on a Saturday, or it didn't say it's just his mannerisms and he's actually like proper like mint on ball and stuff, he just doesn't really want to do the running drills or whatever. It says nothing. It just says that they stink in training. Well, that's a wild statement. Follow me on Twitter. Music coming out soon. All links below. Also, this is the last time Wilder will be on my channel. Maybe not forever, but I was in a boozer before a Leeds game and somebody came up to me and said, where's Wilder gone? So I put him back on for a few months, but I've had a couple of complaints saying, why is he on there? And when I look at my analytics, it dips out like it probably at this moment now when I've started talking about it, it dips like a bitch. So unfortunately, that Muppet has got to go for a bit, but he might be back in little segments, I reckon.
The way they've been, the results they've had, 1 defeat in 13. I've got Muppets from Leeds talking about pressures on us and Bamford and Forshaw and a couple of others, and it's over to you and this, that and the other. They got beat 7 times since Christmas. We've been beaten once. We've set it up from Christmas to be in the race.
Boom.
JackCity, bitch! JackCity, bitch! Hey!
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised. That's why I ask no.